Hey yo, what up? What up? It's Lamech with Sly Sports TV back at it again. Cheer. What we're gonna talk about today is the effects of hip hop on the body, right? Long term and short term, effects. Hip hop has been very, very destructive. Very, very destructive. It was. As you've heard me say on this channel quite a bit, hip-hop was a poison pill from the beginning. There was never, I hear a lot of people talking about this golden age of hip-hop. There was no golden age of hip-hop. There was no golden age of hip-hop. The golden age of hip-hop that you're talking about was still chock full of maggots with an F. Right? The golden age of hip-hop that you talking about was still chock full of maggots with an F. Chuck D, Q-Tip, Jungle Brothers, Busta Rhymes. Like, what are we talking about? That ain't no golden age. It's not a golden age. All of them dudes was maggots with an F. Right? Now let's talk about the effects of hip hop for real. I was just, cause as much shit as I talk about hip hop, guess what? I was raised on this shit. Unfortunately, I was raised on it. I can recite lyrics just like that. Right? I can recite the worst lyrics off the top of my head. I wish it wasn't the case. But it is, right? It is. So when I turn a record on in my mind and the lyrics go like rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone type, that type shit, right? It's like, what were we listening to? What were we listening to? And we never put two and two together. We didn't. When I say never, I'm talking about back then. We never did get to the point where we put two and two together. They even put out a movie, CB4. They put that movie out telling us. They was telling us all these motherfuckers y'all looking up to was fugazi. They told us that. But we still didn't get it. Jadakiss goes on the Joe Budden podcast with his dad, and his dad let us know that, Jadakiss, he's a cardigan. He been wearing cardigan sweaters his whole childhood. Private school, riding horses, and, And don't get me wrong, because I'm not vilifying that. I think that's great. That's my point. I think it's great. What I think is reprehensible about Mr. Jadakiss is he had that upbringing, but he's pushing D-Block to your kids. He want to push a prison block on us. But he grew up like that, right? He grew up like that, but what's on it? Like, that ain't even art, bro. That's not art. Art has to be true. That's something else. That's agenda. That's an agenda. And I don't care how slick you are with the words, if it's fake, it ain't art. A lot of people ain't gonna understand that, because most people ain't artists, right? Most people just do anything. They just do anything, but an artist don't do that. An artist, everything has meaning. Everything. Or most things, right? Most things have meaning when you talk about artists. But we had all these guys get in front of us and basically front, right? I think that's disgusting. And it's not like there were no real world consequences to this bullshit. It was. Let me swing in here, give me a cup of Java real quick. But yeah, hang on, guys. Can I have a large coffee, please?
Yes, sir. How many cream and sugar was that?
No cream. Give me 5 sugars. Oh, can I have some of those churros?
Okay.
That'll do it.
You want a quart 8 o'clock?
All right. So, yeah, I mean, again, you think guys would have been crashing out for 50 years in the community if there was no hip hop? Yeah, that's ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous. We have to be more responsible with what we put in our bodies, right? We just do. The stakes are really high now. We see what's going on. We see that this was a program. This was a program. And it's not okay. It's not okay to just fall in every trap set before you. Right? It's not okay. Like, we get it. Before hip hop even came around, there was already, like, it was systematic. Before hip hop came around, a lot of dads were removed from the house. Right? Before hip hop came around. Before hip hop came around, a lot of fathers were removed from the house because, again, systematic. Hey, Shannon, we give you this check as long as there ain't no man in the house. And it ain't like, I heard the story. See, I talk to the elders, right? And they tell me the stories. That's the only way you're gonna be able to tie things together. The elders told me that back then, when you was on social service, they'd come visit your house late at night. They would come check to see if it was a guy there. Right? They would come check. The government would come check and make sure there wasn't no man there with these women. And if it was, you ain't getting no more money. So you can imagine, and we talking about black women now, right? For the most part. Like, you think back then, not now, back then, like, when it comes to sustenance and having money every month or not struggling, they made the choice. They made their choice. Not all, it's never all, but they made their choice. My point is, all that shit happened before, that had to happen before hip hop, right? Because if fathers were still in the home, the plan wouldn't work. You had to get the lower the defenses. You had to get the defenders out of the house. Fathers are the defenders, right? Fathers are the defenders. Mothers have many skills, nurturing and support. A lot of mothers are go-getters, right? It's awesome. But mothers are not defenders. It's kind of like when you watch the Lions in Lion Pride, right? Churros. Thank you. You too. It's kind of like watching the Lions, if you watching it, looks like the male lion looks like he ain't doing a whole lot. Let another lion come around there, right? Let another lion come around his family and watch what happens, right? So without the defenders, it's almost like anything goes at that point. Anything goes. This ain't a shot at women. It's not their job to protect. But when they're constantly being told, you don't need a man, you don't even need a man, you don't need a man. And they're shown, they're shown this. Like every TV show portrays a man looking dumb as hell, being dumb as hell. Just look at Tyler Perry. Like the shit I hear about his movies. Full disclosure, I never seen the Tyler Perry movie, right? But I study and I hear everything that comes out about his movies. And do I need to watch it? I mean, once I see the previews and I see how he's dressed and I see how he's talking, I ain't gonna watch that shit. You ain't gotta worry about that. But do I have to watch it to know? Do you have to watch everything to know? Sometimes you do. But when the shit is so simple, you really don't even have to watch it. Right? Really don't even have to watch it. But back to my point. Imagine a world where there is no Housewives of Atlanta TV show. Because make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. 9 out of 10 women out here between the ages of 18 and 40, 18 and 50, 18 and 55 has been affected by the housewives. Right? They've been affected. You see, they look like all these women. They look like them. They talk like them. You know what I mean? We have to take the reins. We can't just sit back and say, "Oh no, it's an agenda." And this, all right, it's an agenda. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you still like mad at 47 and you still on that shit like it's 2020 or 2016, and if you still on that like 47 he wastes, like if you still on that, why are you even here? You really shouldn't even be on this channel. And listen, I don't care if you're the biggest 47 fan or not. 45/47. Now you know who I'm talking about now. I don't care if you're the biggest fan of them or not. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. We can deal with, like, I don't care if you like them. Just tell the truth. That's it. But if you're one of them that, you didn't say nothing the past 4 years. The past 4 years with that slow, with the last guy, 46, was in there. If you ain't say nothing, but now you all like you miserable and hurt, get the fuck out of here. All right. I'm just saying, get the fuck out of here. We gotta clean shit up ourselves. Like, what do people really want to do? Do you want to be happy in life? Is it about happiness? Now we know life ain't about happiness. Like, we know you're not always gonna be happy, right? Nobody's happy all the time. Life sometimes. Life is gonna life up on you to where there's gonna be moments where you can't be happy. We get that. But when life ain't lifing and you just in your normal state, don't you want to be happy? Or do you want to be looking over your shoulder and always concerned and be like, what do you want? So when you listen to thuggy music, and if you might, people who are new here, you might be saying, why is he saying thuggy? Why is it not thug? Because I'm taking it back to the original, the OGs, the original. The originals was called thuggies. And they weren't even American. They was out of India. Thuggies. That's where the word comes from. That's where Pac got it from. That wasn't Pac's idea. That the whole thug shit, Pac didn't start that. That was started hundreds of years ago. Right? That was started over 100 years ago by the Thuggies. The Thuggies in India. Right? That ain't you. That ain't you. I know for the last 50 years, hip hop been telling you that you're a thug. I know. But guess what? That ain't you, and I'm going to prove it. I'm about to cook real quick. So, if you had to judge, and you do, because I'm asking you, right? But if you had to judge on a scale of A to F, how good a criminal would you say the black man is? And when I'm like, what you're using for your criteria, because I know a lot of y'all was like, oh, we great at it. We look at us. We good. We good at crime. The criteria is dead or in jail. Dead or in jail. Get it? That's the criteria. How would you compare black criminals to Jewish criminals? Who do you think is better at it? How would you compare black criminals to Chinese criminals? Who do you think is better at it? How would you compare black criminals to Italian criminals? Who's better at it? How would you compare black criminals to Irish criminals? Korean criminals? I ain't gonna go to Mexico. I ain't gonna say that because these motherfuckers, like, I ain't gonna go there. But like, we don't have to measure ourselves against the absolute word, the scum. We don't have to measure ourselves against scum. All right? Wall jumpers. We don't have to measure ourselves against that. Right? How would you compare our level of criminality now? Are we good at it? Are we good at it? No. You know why? Because anything that's not for you will not be successful. Like that hip hop shit was put in your head. That was implanted in you. That ain't you. That's why you ain't good at crime. I know. See? You were supposed to be a doctor. You were supposed to be an artist. Man, you could have been a judge. But you got all that strength, masculinity, strength, and all that, but you had hip hop in your head, so judge never crossed your mind. You a gang leader now. Big you could have been a judge, bro. Know what I'm saying? I'm just saying hypothetically. Hypothetically, right? But when you get something put in your head from somebody else and it's not your idea, what do you expect? Yeah, you trying to do something, but it ain't you. So you sloppy. Right? You trying to be something like these people, these real criminals, like look at how they do it. Look at how they do it. And they ain't out here trying to look tough and hard and scare everybody. No, quite the opposite, my guy. Quite the opposite. They ain't trying to look tough at all. They wear suits. They chilling. They go on vacations. They you see him out in the park painting on an easel and shit. Dirty as hell, like you don't know. But y'all, it's like that hip hop shit. See, hip hop told you to be that. That's all. Hip hop told you to do that. And a lot of y'all fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. So yeah, like I challenge you to rethink that. I challenge you to find something new. Something real quick. I want to touch on this. I don't want this video to go too long. It's already kind of, But why is everything good turned bad when it comes to us? When it comes to us, everything that's good, stuff that's good for everybody else, when we do it, is bad. Like, and I ain't talking about why they sin. I'm talking about to us. We do that to each other. We do that. Like if I got on here and spoke like Tiger Woods, motherfuckers would hate me. Why? Why is that? But if I talk like Kodak Black, my views go up. Why? Why is everything good bad and bad good? We live in America, right? So we live in it. We got to take it back to science. We live in America. America's an English-speaking country. Isn't it good to speak the language well? Is it good or bad to speak the language well? Or is that some old slave shit? The mentality, where, who you think he all that? She think she all that type shit. It's time to graduate. It's time to graduate and put that childish bullshit behind us. But not for nothing, it's about life and death now. Right? It's about life and death now. Like the world ain't playing. The world is not, they took the kid gloves off. For 50 years, the world been treating you like a kid. Shout out to 4No Fame. He made the comparison to Trading Places. Excellent comparison. Excellent comparison. For 50 years, hip hop was Eddie Murphy living high on the hog. Right? Living high on the hog. But they got put there. They didn't do nothing to earn that. They just got put there and used. Jay-Z still has no product. All you hear is businessman. But what product does he have? Business people know this. Jay-Z, he's an endorser. Get your money, but you're an endorser, bro. And it looked like them endorsements might be drying up. Right? But let me not digress too much. That's all I got for the video. If you like the video, bang off on that like button one time. Peace.